welcome back to Live from Lavender Town. It's just me this time, actually. Joanna's at work right now, and we wanted to get one video out there today, so I asked if it was alright if I do this one without her, and she said, yeah, you know, we could have one bachelor video for you, so that's where we're going to be at today. And as awesome as this spread probably looks, we're just going to be opening these 63 Ultra Prisms for right now. I'm probably going to flip these Dragon Majesty packs, and here's the exciting news. I have another 100 Lost Thunder packs coming, and when they arrive, I'm going to combine them all together and do a big opening. I'm going to get one more pack, and I'm going to have 125. So, yeah, it's going to be perfect. That's going to be the next video that we do. I'm not sure what I'm doing with these Dragon Majesty packs. Oh, sorry, I lied. I have another 100 Dragon Majesty coming too. Also, 100 Lost Thunder, 100 Dragon Majesty. I'm going to combine the 100 with these as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video with those or if I'm going to flip them for Guardians Rising packs and do a Guardians Rising video instead, because we've never done one on the channel. But we also haven't really done Ultra Prism, maybe one pack here or there. And we're going to remedy that. And I'm going to be completely honest, I've opened a lot more Forbidden Light and Celestial Storm and Base Set and Burning Shadows. Ultra Prism is a set I've really neglected to open in general. And if you've watched any of the other videos on this channel, you'll notice that it's not a pack I've opened much at all. So there's going to actually be a lot of new stuff coming out of this for me, weirdly, despite how late in the game I'm opening these. But, I mean, I've been able to get the Cynthias I've needed through other means, so I've kind of avoided, you know, I guess, the decks that use Ultra Prism. I need to go back and fix that. So we're going to do that right here. I'm going to open up a bunch of Ultra Prism. Hopefully, somehow I pull a full art Cynthia, and we're going to get started. And another thing that's going to happen in this video is we're going to unpack so much that has changed in the Pokeverse. Pokemon Let's Go came out. That's what delayed my previous upload. I dig the Magnetic Circuit Magnezone, and so I have a full playset of the Electric type one, but I don't of the Steel type. I have a deck centered on this Alolan Dugtrio. My Electric deck uses Pachirisu, so I've gotten a lot of the pieces out of this deck, but not a lot of the GXs. But yeah, Pokemon Let's Go came out. That is huge. I got a Switch, and I got Let's Go. Well, we got it together, Joanna and I. And we've been playing the ever-loving crap out of it. It is wonderful. I love getting Rotoms also, by the way. I'm still using a Rotom deck. It's still a lot of fun. And beyond that, and we will talk about Let's Go in this video, for sure. The Detective Pikachu movie trailer dropped and came out of nowhere, at least for me. I mean, maybe other people had heard about it. I somehow had not at all. Oh, nice, another Cyrus, so that's pretty sweet. I did have Cyrus already, and then the Alolan Sandslash, not the Slush Rush one, which is, I think, the more fun one to use. Although there's better draw engines in general, but it saw a little use for a bit. Yeah, so that was huge, unbelievable. And it actually looks kind of fun. And then on top of that, Lost Thunder dropped since I last made a video, and that set is amazing and completely changes the meta. And I think some of the cards in the set are still going to have relevance after Tag Team drops, but I think that set is already the biggest drop since Guardians Rising, and I think it would have been even bigger if it had dropped, you know, a few sets back. It's bigger than Forbidden Light and Ultra Prism, even with the advent of Cynthia. It's at least as big as Burning Shadows, and that set I feel is criminally underrated. But yeah, so much has happened, so unbelievably much. Oh, and I mean, Pokemon Go is still popping off. The big community day is actually a week and change from today. The big crossover where all the community days will be bundled into one. But, I mean, not a whole ton needs to be said about that. What does need to be talked about is how ridiculous Pokemon Let's Go is and how much better it is than I expected it to be. Is this the Sneasel? Is this the deck? This is the deck with the Weavile that everybody uses that does a ton of damage. What is it, like 60 a pop to Pokemon with abilities? Love to get some of those too and have a little fun. Everybody's using abilities. Hey, an extra copy of Cynthia. That's pretty sweet. So far, no ultra rares. And yeah, Let's Go is awesome. It just is. The catching mechanic is actually a ton of fun, and there's so much battling with trainers in the game that honestly, oh hey, another magnetic circuit magnezone. Honestly, it doesn't feel like you're deprived of battling at all in the game. Frankly, it still feels like it's just a heavily battle-centric game. It's just a lot of fun. It's amazing to see everything in full true 3D. The moves look great. The graphics are, I mean, it's a Nintendo Switch game, and you can see where it's stretching itself to be 1080p. But oh hey, nice, Solgaleo. I'm pretty sure I have that one too. And then that Lele that sees play. But I know I have that as well. At least a couple copies. There we go. Man, 13 packs in a row with no ultra rares. Well, I suppose my pull rate had to come down after that absurd last video where I pulled literally 4 GXs in a row and so many other GXs on top of that. It's just insane. It just was. An extra Mount Coronet, that's nice. Yeah, Let's Go is amazing. I can't say enough about just how dang fun Let's Go is. Its catch combos are super fun. It's enjoyable to play, and the catching mechanic, it provides a fun break from battling because Pokemon is a grindy game. It's already an easy game, and that's the argument against the catching mechanic, is it's already easy enough, why make it more easy? But I think it's actually just a fun diversion. It's a fun way to get Pokemon. It's a fun way to try to grind up and find good IVs. I like the judge function a lot. I don't know what gen that came in, but it wasn't available in Kanto, that's for sure. Yeah, I think it could be a start of a really great side franchise from the mainline games. And oh nice, a full art Looker. I always pull full art trainers, and I'm not mad about it because I love full art trainers. Looker isn't all that great, but man, we're approaching 20 packs with one ultra rare pull. It's getting to be wow. And another full art trainer. That's awesome. Not the 2 that I want though. There's one that I want. One full art trainer. And I'm hoping it comes out of this pack, but 2 ultra rares. We're finally, in business here. Yeah, no, Let's Go is just a lot of fun. It just really is. It's unfairly hated, and I think a lot of people are realizing now that it's actually released just how dang good it is. And we'll circle back to that. I'm sure we'll talk more about it. And I can tell you guys about my progress, where I'm at in the game. I want to touch on the state of the TCG. I mean, and I'm sure we're gonna go more into depth as we're actually opening Lost Thunder on the channel, and I can start pulling like Zeraoras and Blacephalons and Shuckles. Shuckle. Oh my god, Shuckle. But I want to talk about why I mentioned earlier that Tag Team GX got kind of a raw deal in terms of its release timing because tag teams are coming out next release, and I think that if people find ways to energy accelerate Tag Team GXs, and I'm sure everybody watching this by now knows about Tag Team GXs and how big of a deal it is that they're coming. I mean, they're huge. They're the next step up from GXs. They're a way to get evolution Pokemon as basics. Need that full art, guys. Come on. And more ultra rares. Sheesh. Honestly, they have a potential to just do devastating damage. Possibly, depending on if there's like, so I mean, Pikachu and Zekrom, right? They could potentially knock out 2 Pokemon, and if they're 2 GXs, that's 4 prize cards in one turn. If there's a Tag Team GX that's weak to it, it could potentially take 6 prize cards in one turn. A lot of things would have to come together, and I don't think a Tag Team GX has been even announced or flirted with that could do that. But I mean, it's absurd. I think that because of that, I can't see a way that weaknesses don't become unbelievably important in the meta going forward. I really, honestly, because if there's a way for you to deal really quick damage on a Tag Team GX to get prizes. Oh, nice. There we go. We get an Ultra Rare, Silvally GX. Not really going to use it, but still, at least it's something. We're like almost halfway through this, and we've only pulled 3 Ultra Rares. We are way overdue to get some better pulls. Yeah, I can't see weakness not being a huge factor in the meta going forward. I mean, how else are we going to hit the numbers necessary to bring Tag Team GXs down to earth? Everybody's going to be wrapping their decks around, how can I hit for double damage against Wailord and Magikarp that are hitting crazy numbers, but I mean, more importantly, because of how much energy they take, they're going to be used as a wall, as a big giant wall of 300, and then if you take the new trainer card that was announced, I can't remember, we don't have an official translation on it, but they're the knee pads. They add 50 HP to Pokemon with a retreat cost of 4, which this card would have, so we're looking at 350 HP. That's a lot. And it's got a grass weakness. And not a ton of grass Pokemon are seeing a lot of play. Delmise, Golisopod. That's it. That's really it. Tapu Bulu still, yeah. Not so much though. I mean, it's gotta have a massive effect on the meta just because decks that are capable of hitting for weakness against multiple different types, I can't see a way where those decks don't go far, and I don't know how that would be accomplished. I remember back in the day we had, hey, a full art, it's Palkia. Again, I'm not really going to use it, but still, it's a full art, it's something. Yeah, there's just not a ton I'm looking for in this set, but there are things that I want to get, and I'm not getting them, so. And I'm way behind on Ultra Rare hits. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but get it together, game. Hey! There we go. I think we've gotten every full art trainer except the one I've wanted. Yeah, anyway, they're pretty and I love full art trainers, so it's fun. So back in the day, right, we had a Flareon, a Jolteon, and a Vaporeon that each made it so all of your Pokemon do water, fire, and electric damage. And I think there's an argument to be made that, at least in Expanded, we could see a slight comeback in that, not as mains, but I could really easily see a deck that I've only seen maybe once out in the actual world, wherein people do like a 2/2. Well, what they do is they do 4 EVs, and I imagine that this deck would make use of the new Ditto. I also actually have a Pokemon fan club full art, by the way. I didn't pull it in this video, but so I can really see people doing where they'll run Ditto Prism so that it can be essentially a 5th EV, and then they would run a couple copies just for consistency of nice getting some ultra rares finally, still way behind, but a couple copies, right, of like that old Flareon, the old Jolteon, and the old Vaporeon. You're only going to use one, and then you'll use a rescue stretcher to recover them, and then lead with Espeon GX, which is far and away the best evolution card that's been released thus far. And so you'll have your Espeon, and it'll do psychic damage, and then you'll have Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon on your bench, potentially on your bench to add electric, water, and grass type damage to your attack. So really, the only thing you're lacking is fighting type. Man, the ability to make it so all of your attacks do fighting type damage would absolutely break the game wide open. And I mean, let's be real here, and I'll probably say this way more often on the channel than I'd like to have to, but fighting as a type is far and away the most broken type, period. It's unconscionable that the Pokemon Company would have allowed fighting type to happen the way that it has. You're talking about a type that... Lots of Prism openings, by the way. You're talking about a type that does double damage against almost all dark types, all electric types that are at all relevant, and all normal types. Besides, I think there are a couple flying type normal types that are weak to electric. And electric is seeing a resurgence, and I love it. I absolutely adore electric as a type. It's my second favorite in the TCG behind Psychic. It needs desperately to get some love. But man, fighting type is absurd. And Buzzwole GX by itself is already an amazing card without the advantage that it has on type. The fact that it has fighting type advantage just absolutely busts that card, and has for some time. And the rumblings are already there. We're gonna have a Buzzwole Pheromosa tag team GX. Something's gotta give here. That is my second Mars full art out of this opening. If I could just get a Cynthia, it'd be worth all the ultra rares I've been deprived thus far, because I think I've gotten 4 ultra rare trainers, 1 GX and 1 full art GX. That's 6 ultra rares, which corresponds to about 36 packs, and we've opened almost 50. This is, I think, the 50th pack. I think we started with 63. Yeah. So we're down at least 2 ultra rares, and I don't know that we're gonna catch back up. I mean, maybe this is just justice for that last video. I'm not sure. I'm okay with it. I wasn't expecting much. This is more or less a video so that I can open things while I talk about all these new things coming in the Pokemon pipeline. Yeah, Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Oh my god, yes! Oh, this video is so worth it. Oh, all of my decks are gonna get a full art Cynthia, and it's gonna be great! Although, guys, that's the other thing. I can't even believe I haven't mentioned it so far. Pokemon GX Ultra Shiny. Oh my god, what a set. If ever there was a set that's worth opening in Japanese, it's that set. I would love to do a physical opening of it on the channel. Every single booster pack comes with a GX card and a Shatter Effect card, plus a couple holos. And every booster box comes with at least one big time ultra rare, which could either be like an amazing full art trainer, a gold card, or a shiny GX, plus at least one more shiny Pokemon and the chance to get one more really awesome thing. It's just an absurd set, and the full art Cynthia in that set makes this full art Cynthia look just pathetic. It really does. And this is an amazing card, don't get me wrong. I've wanted this card for so long. I'm really excited that we got it. This video is totally worth it, honestly. It just really was. I think I paid $15, $20 for all of this. I got a really good deal. And actually those 9 Dragon Majesty packs, there were supposed to be 9 more of this, and the guy that I bought it from, he had 63, so there was supposed to be 72. He had 63 of Ultra Prism, and then 9 of them were random pin collections, so they weren't actual packs. And I sent him a message, I was like, hey, you know, I know these are technically Ultra Prism, but they're not really. These aren't really packs, you know. I was hoping I won't open these at all. I'll leave the codes unused if you could send me actual packs. And instead, really nice guy that he was, I guess he's a dad, didn't know really what he was uploading. He's just like, these are my kids, he plays Pokemon, and I just uploaded them, and I'm sorry about that, and you can just keep those, and I'll give you 20 of whatever you want of these other ones. And I was like, whoa, like, that's a little much. I'll just take 9 Dragon Majesty as a replacement for the Ultra Prisms I was hoping to get, which is like, I still got a really good deal out of that, because Dragon Majesty are worth way more. It was a really nice move on his part. I mean, I hope he's being honest with me, or if he was just trying to cover his tracks because he got caught, I don't know, but I like to think that he was just really being honest. He really didn't know. Because this is a really nice move on his part. And so that's where those came from, and I still haven't decided what to do with them. But wherever you are, guy, thank you for this Cynthia. It is awesome. I will try to make it the thumbnail of this video. I will do my level best. Whew. Okay, we'll keep going. And I lost my train of thought, but oh yeah, we were talking about how amazing Ultra Shiny was, but then we were going to pivot back. And God, I don't know how they would ever... I'm sure they'll bring over some of the gold cards from that set, but what I would love to see is the shiny mechanic brought over. I would love to see shiny Pokemon. It would be really tough to implement because people would have to... people that are like really have to collect the whole set. If you made shinies something where like there were 20 shinies in a given set, you would only get 1 out of a booster case. Like, if it was 1 per booster box, I feel like the shinies wouldn't quite be rare enough to match their rarity in the actual games. But then if there were 1 per case, it would be too rare. It's almost like there's no winning with shinies. The way that in Ultra Shiny, like, it's an absurd set for a reason, but at least it's centered around shinies. But you couldn't have really a set that was just centered around shinies in America, I don't think. I just see it as being this problem where it's either too rare or not rare enough. So I'm not sure how it would work, you know? I'd be interested to see. God, I would love it. Personally, I wouldn't care if it was something where they were really rare and there were only so many for a given set, but it pretty much made it almost impossible. I love that art, by the way. I wanted to stop and say that, but that they were going back to that they're so rare that it would be really hard to complete a set. I wouldn't care. It would just be cool to always have a chance that, you know, some of the cards that we pull have a chance of having a shiny rather than the regular card. It doesn't even have to be ultra rares. I think you would have to have ultra rares, and in that set you do. But I think I wouldn't mind getting regular shinies. I really wouldn't. It would be awesome. It would be fun to collect them. But I understand why those who are diehard collectors who need to get everything from a set. Yes, full art Glaceon, awesome pull, makes me really happy. I still haven't hit the numbers that I wanted, but I don't care. I've pulled a few cards that I really wanted, and that's one of them, and that is awesome. I would be okay with it, but I understand why folks wouldn't be, you know? So I think that might be the reason why it doesn't fully come over here, or even the shinies at all. And though a lot of those sort of big time Japanese sets don't make it over here, and it's a shame, but I get it. It's still a bummer. Anyway, I wanted to circle back one more time to the type advantages. God, it's tough. It's tough. And I think weaknesses are going to play a big role. I will never, for the life of me, understand why the Pokemon Company didn't split up fighting with Rock and Ground. I think Rock and Ground, I really love some of the art on some of these cards, even if they aren't going to get to see play. Yeah, I think Rock and Ground could have been combined as their own type and had Fighting be its own type. And you can make the argument, obviously, that in that first set, how many fighting types are there really? Like, you could combine Rock and Ground and make, hey, Downwings Necrozma, alright! Sweet! Very cool. Very, very cool. I think that's only the second one I've ever pulled, so I'm excited to grab that. Yeah, I think you can make that argument. I don't know. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to say, because you would have had Machamp, you would have had Primate, you would have had obviously Machop, Machoke, Mankey, and you would have had Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. I know that's not a great deal, but Mew, Mewtwo, Abracadabra, Alakazam, Hypno, Drowsy, Mr. Mime. I guess Jinx. I was hoping for one last good thing. We really didn't hit the numbers we were supposed to. But that's okay. It's gonna be an awesome video next time. That's guaranteed. And I had a lot of fun, but most importantly, it was fun to discuss all this. I want to keep discussing it. I still haven't gotten a chance to really talk about Let's Go, and I really want to talk about the Pokemon TCG meta in the next video. We'll have a lot more time because I'll have a lot more packs. But yeah. Next video, Joanna's going to be here. She's going to want to talk about Pokemon Let's Go. We're going to have a blast doing that. And I want to know what you guys think. If you're watching this at all, definitely comment in the bottom. Tell me what you think about Pokemon types. How's the meta going to be affected? How many cards that are currently in the meta will still be in the meta when Tag Team drops? Because Lost Thunder added from the meta, but it didn't take a lot away from the meta. Tapu Lele is still big, you know. A lot of these other Pokemon that have been big, Zoroark GX is still big. Buzzwole is still seeing play. A lot of these cards, they're still big. Cynthia's still big. You know, they're still around. But I think Tag Team GX could really affect, in a lot of ways, what things are and aren't big anymore. It's huge. And it's huge that they're dropping it at all at the end of Sun and Moon's lifespan instead of holding off for 3 more sets and then dropping it with the next gen release next year. But I can only imagine what the mechanics will be in that set, so I can't wait. I can't wait, and I'm glad you were with me here, and I can't wait until next time. So once again, thanks for joining us on another edition of Live from Lavender Town. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!